Bro, you are really screwing this up.
What? What do you mean?
You keep winning games like this, your picks are going to get way worse.
Yeah, I hope it does.
What?
I mean, that's literally the point.
What's the point?
Winning, which makes your draft picks worse.
Which is bad.
No. We're here to win. That's why we're here.
But you need good players to win.
Yeah, usually.
And you need high draft picks to get good players.
Typically you do, yeah.
So you want to lose.
No, I want to win.
But the draft pick.
Winning is better than... Ugh. You lose. You get the high draft pick. You draft a good player, so then you can...
Get more picks.
No, you win, man.
Yeah, but if you win, you don't get the good picks.
Brother, that is the point. I'd rather win than have a high draft pick.
Bro, you sound crazy right now.
How am I the crazy one?
You're wild, dude. You are wild.
No, I'm normal. I just want to win.
Absolutely unhinged. Unhinged.
But I'm hinged. I just want to win. Right? Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is a dub. First 3-game win streak of the year. Don't talk to me about semantics. I don't care. We won 3 games in a row. That's what I care about right now. Did we need to dispatch a team? I mean, I know 4-2 isn't like an absolute crap kicking, but it is an effectively strong win in which it felt, at least from my perspective, felt like the game was ours, right? But obviously giving up the first goal and the way it happened and everything, you were like, eee. But as soon as we tied it, I don't know why, I was like, this game's over. We've got this. It's fine. Before you say it, I know I look tired. I am tired. I see myself on the camera. I'm like, yikes. That's all right. We're not here to seduce. We're here to inform. That's a good tagline, I think. Is it? Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Let's chat. Let's chat about this Blackhawks team. Because I need your help with something. So they're 10th on the power play, 14th on the penalty kill, 31st in goals for per game, and 19th in goals allowed per game. I want to talk about that for a second, but before I do, can someone solve something for me? NHL.com and Natural Stat Trick have this team's combined all strengths, not just 5-on-5, not just power play, not just, all of it. Their combined team save percentage as an 898. But Soderblom and Mrazek's numbers are much better than that, a 919 and a 908 respectively. I went game by game through all 25 of their games and can't find a third goalie that's played with them this year. Hockey Reference seems to have the correct statistics, but I'm very confused. Regardless, their goaltending appears to be stellar, even though their team save percentage is supposedly low. I don't know what I'm missing, because I did the math, and basically what I'm missing is an extra 100-something shots, according to NHL.com and Natural Stat Trick. I don't know why I did a deep dive in this. I'm just confused. I don't understand. I think their goaltending's been very good statistically. I just don't understand where these other numbers are coming from. That makes sense. Let's be real. The Blackhawks are hot garbage. The goaltending numbers, as far as I can tell, are really good. And people will point to a 5-on-5 shooting percentage that ranks 29th in the league at 7.4%, ahead of only the Flames, the Predators, and the Oilers. That's a story for another day. And yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. The shooting percentage sucks. That should improve, especially with Connor Bedard, who's currently scoring on just 7.6% of his shots, which is about a 3% drop off from last year. But you would expect that to only go up because he's supposed to be an elite scorer. By the way, poor Bedard, man. I know 19 playing the show, all this great stuff. They would not shut up about this kid. A kid who's having some sophomore struggles. Like, can we talk about any other... I don't even care if it's about a Bruin. Can we talk about any other prospect on that team, for Christ's sake, the whole game, TNT is just all Bedard the whole time. And I genuinely feel bad for Bedard. Every shift, it's on him. Every time he's on the bench, you get several cutaways to him. It's brutal. And it did become very clear at a certain point that they just didn't have any notes on anybody else. They literally didn't. They had notes on Pasternak, they had notes on Marchand, and they had notes on Bedard. Everyone else, they struggled to find anything to say about. They're not good at their jobs, is the point I'm making. Is that an outlandish and aggressive take? Absolutely. I'm sleep deprived. But it's also pretty accurate. I couldn't believe the lack of informative talk about the teams as wholes. Holes. Yeah, see, this is why I'm no better than they are. Anyway, let's continue this conversation about the Blackhawks. Shooting percentage sucks. But they are also second to last in the league in expected goals at 5-on-5, according to Natural Stat Trick. Expected goals for, with just about 2.1 expected goals scored per game, which is pretty close to reality for them as well. I think they're at like 1.9 goals scored per game. Only Detroit ranks lower. We expected this team's offense to improve this year and then to continue to have their defense be absolutely horrendous. Which, yeah, their defense at 5-on-5 does rank poorly, 23rd in expected goals against, 2.6 a game. But the strong goaltending has actually kept them above water, where their real results are about league average. They're 2.3 a game, which is actually higher than league average. I think they placed maybe 12th, 13th in the league in actual goals allowed per game. Their goaltending has been really good. The Hawks are bad. They're just also bad at what we thought they'd be getting better at. And the positive news, Mrazek looks like a potentially really nice deadline trade bait piece because Soderblom's their future in net, 25 years old, seems to be damn good in net. Mrazek's going to get shipped off, I would think. And if he can keep putting up decent numbers, he's not setting the world on fire, but just consistent numbers, a team's going to want to grab him, I think. For the Bruins, our lineups are as such, which are exactly the same. McGeeky, Zacha, Pasternak, Marchand, Lindholm, Brazeau, Frederick, Coyle, Kostelic, Kepke, Beecher, McLaughlin, Osterley, Mack, Zadorov, Carlo, Lohrei, Peak, and Swayman gets a start. I know they list the Marchand, Lindholm, Brazeau line as a top line. It's not by most games for the minutes-wise. So I just say it the way that it really ends up working out. Hampus Lindholm is still weeks away. Let's talk about this game, shall we? Puck drops! 123 in. Blackhawks in transition. They take a blast from the left point. Swayman saves it, but the rebound goes right to Foligno on the left circle. Not a great rebound, but either way, Foligno skates in. Swayman sells out. So Swayman has not looked right to me. Something's wrong here. He hasn't been terrible. But something with his movement is off. Swayman moves to cover his short side post, and Foligno decides to wrap around the net. Swayman committed so much that by the time Foligno wraps around and passes the puck up to Vlasic in the right circle, and he blasts this pass him, Swayman's trying to get over. He does a push-off and moves like 6 inches. And maybe he just lost an edge. I don't know. Goes for it again and basically flops. And I mean, I don't understand. His movement is just bizarre right now, and it's bad. This goal absolutely is on Swayman's head. It is also on Zacha's head for being in front of the net rather than covering anybody. On Pasta's head for doing laps up by the blue line. He went to attack the shooter, the original shooter at the left point, and then just listlessly skated back around. I still don't think he gets there on time, but get back in the defensive zone and see if you could help a little. I don't know. There's a few players that should have... I didn't mind where the defense was because they were locked in on both posts. Lohrei was covering, Foligno trying to wrap around. That felt fine to me. It was just that the forwards weren't helping defensively at all. And Swayman, again, his movement was just awful. 1-0. And you're, 130 in. We've talked about this already. This team doesn't have a lot of opportunity to have these blunders, these easy goals against, and still come out with wins. They're just not good enough offensively to continue to do that. And I guess each game I've used this as an example in, they've won. So maybe it's not a great point, but I still think it's a good point. This team's offense is not very good. If this was a better team we were facing, I think it'd be like you giving them a goal, gifting them a goal like that. That's huge. That's huge for anybody in the league. 4:50 in. Murphy is going to go to the box for a delay of game. We're going to go to the power play. We don't do anything with it, but we were on the power play, which is neat. 7:43 left. A great shift by the second line. Sort of. Marchand is going to work, and Brazeau is going to work. After a rush chance for Marchand, and that gets broken up, a puck retrieval, and then another attempt that get the puck towards the scoring position in the net front, and then another puck retrieval, we are going to reset up in the zone, push the puck up to the left point, where Osterley is there. Now, Osterley, while changes are happening, particularly Marchand moving off the ice, Geeky coming on. That first line was going piecemeal, one by one, coming on the ice. Osterley's going to wrap this puck around the boards to Brazeau, who's still behind the net. He has no chance to change. He's not interested in it yet. He's too far from the bench. He's going to collect, and he is really good at this wide stance where he really opens himself up. And it does create this kind of hesitation with the defense of like, wow, he's really leaning into that stick. Looks like he's going to wrap it back up around the boards. The defense opens up a little bit. Creates the wide area in the slot. Brazeau gets to whip this up the slot to Geeky, who hammers it on net. Mrazek makes the initial save, but Geeky follows a shot, and it squeaks under Mrazek's pads and out behind him like a little turd. And Geeky just smacks it in. Geeky is elite. 1-1, tie game. Morgan Geeky. You can't be losing games where Morgan Geeky scores, right? You can't do that. 6:32 left. Beecher trips Donato. We're going to the penalty kill. We kill it. 2 minutes left. An excellent steal by Pasta leads to a 2v1. Marchand down the left side with the puck. Has Pasta on the right side. Attempts to pass. As we always do, he attempts to pass. Pass was in tight on the defenseman. Defenseman lays his stick down. Pumps it away. No chance. It's broken up. There might not be a team on this planet that's less effective at 2v1s. Seriously, it's that bad. 13.5 seconds left. Marchand with a fairly innocent shot that goes off the glove, off the post. Puck is sitting there for the tap in, but Kaiser knocks the net off. Delay of game called. We're going to the power play. We're going to start the second period with 1:47 on the power play. 30 seconds in, Mrazek makes a huge backdoor save. Rebound bounces to Marchand. Awkwardly. He corrals it from the left circle, sees that Mrazek settled in, and he whips it wide. And wide and around the net, clearing the puck on his own power play by himself. In that moment, now let's remember where this is in the game. Marchand hasn't scored yet. I went, Marchand, what? Dude, come on. Little better than that, okay? He missed that by a mile. It's funny because 3 minutes into the period, a perfectly executed play off a faceoff win by Zaka. It goes to Peak at the right point, then it goes over to Lore at the left point. Goes down to Pasta, who wrapped around the net and then came right back up into that left circle. He collects and immediately whips this across the slot to Marchand. There's so much movement there that Mrazek can't catch up to that one. And Marchand with a perfect finish just inside that short side post. And it is 2-1 off of a face-off set play. And Marchand, the guy I went, dude, what? Come on. Gives us the lead. You love to see it. And then, 2 minutes later, just to really get the point across that I'm a big dumb idiot who doesn't know puck, Lindholm on the forecheck forces a quick pass. And then Pasta antagonizes the next puck carrier who's in the left corner. He is going to be forced to pass this up the wall. But it's not a great pass. Pasta is right there continuing his momentum up to it. Strips the puck away from the player on the wall. He's going to walk into the slot, fire this on the net. Save by Mrazek, but it's going to bounce to his left, or technically our right, the way we're looking at it. Marchand's going to be there. He's going to kick it onto his stick and just shovel it in at a sharp angle. He's got 2 goals in the last 2 minutes and 3 seconds and making me look real dumb. It's 3-1. That would be a game-winning goal, I believe, tying him with Patrice Bergeron, of all people, in franchise game-winning goals at 81. I believe that's correct. 4:52 left. Zadorov goes for tripping. We're going to the penalty kill. We kill it. Then 1:37 left. It really feels like teams get great bounces against us. It really, really does feel that way. Blackhawks are set up in our zone. They're going to launch a puck from the right point. It's going to get deflected over to the left wall. Mikheyev's going to get there first, and he's going to have a nice little play to kind of move himself farther up towards the top of that circle. He's going to bump this over to Dickinson, who's going to collect. He's at the top inside of the left circle, and he's going to hammer this on net. It goes off of Zadorov's broad chest and into the net, and it is 3-2, and I'm not even kind of worried. It's a late period goal. We're going to the third period up 1 instead of 2 now. It just doesn't feel like if the Bruins are going to be a real hockey team, the way the Blackhawks were playing, they weren't losing this one. I don't care. They weren't losing this one. Right? Right? Right. Third period starts. 5:03 in. A shot block in our zone leads to a loose puck in the high slot. Brazeau with a perfect pass to hit Geekie in stride. Brazeau shouldn't be the only player capable of doing this, but sometimes it feels like he is because every other pass for this team just goes fuck all. I don't no idea. Either way, Brazeau, great pass to Geekie. Geekie, who I'm sitting there going, Geekie on a breakaway? All right, dude, let's see it. You know what I love? When a player goes, I'm not hot right now. I scored earlier in the game, but Geekie's not hot right now. Geekie's had a tough year when it comes to goal scoring. Let me just pick my spot and shoot it. You know, get a good shot on net. Make the goalie work for it. Beats him glove side. 4-2. That will be your final score. We do have 3 more power plays throughout the rest of the game. We score on none of them. Nice. And then we're going to end the game. And look, I've got a couple game notes here. And a couple are positive and a couple are negative. The first positive one is Osterley deserves a lot of credit. He's getting slotted into a top pairing role, which he is not capable of truly playing right now. And I don't think that's dunking on him. I think it's well known that this guy is not a top pairing defenseman at this point in his career. That's just the nature of the beast. But it is allowing something. His steadiness is allowing something here. McAvoy's been fine. He does have to cover for Osterley in the defensive zone. Osterley's been pretty good in the offensive zone, in my opinion. But as Zadorov Carlo seems to be solidifying, I don't love the pairing, but they're doing all right. And then Lori Peak, which has some weird shifts, but they're doing all right. If this continues to go well enough, when Hampus does come back, Hampus-McAvoy is a really awesome pairing. And if you can feel confident in your other 2 pairings to at least be good, then you get to roll that out, and you don't have to split that talent up. And you have 2 defensemen on the same pair who can defend, who can move the puck, who can break the puck out, and who can create in the offensive zone. Just feels like it'd be nice to be able to actually utilize that, you know? One of the negatives is McLaughlin is not making an impression at all. He's invisible. He played like 12 minutes tonight. Like, do you remember a play he made? I don't. No, I really don't. Look, I'm not saying like ship him down and bring somebody else up. I'm thinking he might get scratched next game for Johnson. I'm not entirely sure. He just hasn't been very effective. And Koepke, on the other side of the same coin, he might just need a break because Koepke looks gassed. He's floundering all over the place. He's not been good with the puck on the stick, and he's not been great with his decision making and his angles to defend. He might end up getting a break here too. That's not like crapping on Koepke. I just think sometimes you need a mental reset, especially when you're a guy just trying to hold on to a spot like that. The positives, though, Marchand getting hot would be huge. It would be huge, right? Geekie getting hot would be huger. It really would be. Because Marchand's floor as a second-line left winger, still pretty good. Geekie's floor... Geekie's floor is rough, particularly offensively. Defensively, he's really good. I'm not going to get away from that. Defensively, he's really strong. But if Geekie gets really hot, just for a little stretch here, that's huge for this team. Because just one more guy who's burying some pucks right now really helps with the whole trickle-down effect of how everyone's getting looked at defensively. Opens up some space for everybody else. I'm really pumped about this development. Morgan Geekie's elite. I said it. I said the thing, okay? I said the thing. I might have said it earlier in this video. I don't know. I don't remember 4 minutes ago. Either way, that's a great win. It's 3 wins in a row. Beating some bad teams. You needed this. I needed this. I still look back at that Penguins game going, God, how nice would it have been to win that one? Ugh. That's all right. Points left on the board. The Bruins, though, building an identity with every game. Go Bees. Go Bees! And now it's time to say thank you to the high-quality inspectors. I appreciate each and every one of you. There's over 100 of you at this point. And I love doing these thank yous at the end, but I think we're reaching such a volume that I have to rethink this strategy because you're all so incredible and so supportive. But this is getting really long, and there's got to be a better way, right? But let's start the thank yous, of course, with the top line tier. Dampen, Negev79, Trial Exotic, Jeff McGugan, Brad Yaati, Andrew Peterson, Zenon Noel DeGuy, Donald Shelton, Anakin Palpatine, The Rat 63, Lola Cattingsworth, EKM Productions, Moonlighter TV, Big Bad Bruin, The Bugman, Adam Ella, Jeff with a G, Tommy Braga, Roland 22, GD Viperworks, Len Cruz, Brock Nope, Han Slomo, Coach D, The Atomic Lizard, Bradley Johnson, Brett Arney, Pincent, and Nick Zatrullo. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. You're absolute legends of this channel, and you're very appreciated. And now, of course, to our all-star tier members. Lorenzo Wood, Jake Brower, Penny Pasta, Levi Catalani, Boston Stringler, Bagel, Jacob Pratt, Nightmare Eco, John Kirk, Joel, Heil E. Coyote, Darren Woodbury, Abraxion, Michael DePaulo, Wolf Warrior, Vinny, Adrian Winter, Tupton D. Tashi, Bruin Smash, DeKingery, The Only Newts, A Tasty Snack, Doots42, and Jeremy. Absolute stallions, every single one. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being a part of the channel. I cannot express my gratitude. Go Bees.